In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can make beautiful home decor using these Dollar Tree wood shelves. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up, and now let's craft. Starting with my first project, I will be using 2 of these Dollar Tree wall shelves. Now I'm going to remove the plastic, the string, and the ring, which I'm going to put that to the side. I will not be using them. I'm only using the shelf part. Another Dollar Tree item I will be using is one of these wood squares. 8 come in a pack, and I will be using only one of them. Now the first thing I'm going to do is cut this in half, but I'm doing it like corner to corner. I will be using this box cutter to cut through this. Now one thing I do recommend you is just keep going until you cut through the entire thing. I didn't do that. I was like, you know what, let me just split this in half. Not because I did this, as you can see, it did leave some splinters, and it took some of like the other side off. So what I did is just use this wire cutter and cut all of the little excess, and I sent it down to make it smoother. I'm going to set these to the side. Meanwhile, I'm going to use my Cricut ruler to mark down where the center of the shelf is. I will be doing that to both of the shelves. Mark down where the half is at. The next thing I will be using are these painter sticks. Now I'm reusing these, that's why they are this color and they are already cut. But these are the Gallant paint star sticks, which I grabbed from Home Depot. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of the paint sticks and just put it to where the middle part of the shelf is, and hold it with one hand and turn it the other way around to mark it, and this is where I'm going to cut it. I will be repeating the same thing on the other side of the shelf. Once I am done marking them down, I am going to use my handsaw to cut these. I have the first 2 pieces. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing, but like right here, more lower. This is going to help cover those holes that these shelves have. And these are the smaller little pieces. I will be repeating the same thing to the other shelf. I'm going to cut 4 pieces that look like these. And here are all the pieces, including the square that I cut in half, which I'm going to paint all of these pieces black. Once everything's dry, I'm going to lay down the 2 shelves side by side. As you can see where I marked down where half of the shelf was at. This is going to help me guide where I'm going to put the pieces. Now the first thing I'm going to do is glue the triangles in the middle like this, and then I'm going to glue the rest of the stuff, which honestly, this is a 2-piece set, but you can always just glue both of the shelves together and make one whole piece. But I liked it better like having 2 different ones. Well, they're the same, but you know, having 2 pieces. And this is how it looks once all the pieces are glued down. I did add some sawtooth hooks to the back to complete this 2-piece set, but look how gorgeous this turned out. For my next project, I'm using another of the wall shelves. Once again, I'm not using the string or the ring. For my next step, I did use 2 of the 5-gallon paint stir sticks, which I cut to size, and I painted them black, then glued them on each side. I was going to like make the entire frame and go all around, but I felt like it was too small, and I don't know, I just felt like it was too crowded in there. Now for this grateful sign, I got it on a pack that I got from the Dollar General. I painted it black and then glued it on the center, and that is it. Look how cute this turned out. My next project, I'm going to use the smaller little shelves, not to come in a pack. This honestly is basically a longer shelf cut in half. The next thing I will be using is one paint stick that I already had. I'm actually reusing this, as you can see, because it is black. I will be making a planter, and this is going to be the little sides of my planter. That's why I am going to mark them down before I cut them. Now, if you want to make this all Dollar Tree, you can use one of these Dollar Tree pieces of wood and cut it to size. But honestly, it was a lot cheaper using the paint sticks. Before I glue all of the pieces together, I'm also cutting these smaller bamboo sticks that I already had, which I got them from Shein. And I'm going to cut them to size. I am only cutting 2, one for the top and one for the bottom. These are only going to be used in the front part. Now that I have all of my pieces, I'm going to start to glue my little planter together. Now I am using hot glue, but I do recommend you using wood glue instead. The next thing I will be doing is painting this black, but first I do want to show you this mistake I did. Now I wanted a design in the front part, which was going to be used by this Dollar Tree vinyl. I was going to make this into a diamond stencil. Now I think the reason this didn't work out is because when I painted this, my paintbrush had water, so it did bleed through, and that's why I didn't like it. But I still wanted to show you what you can do, but just don't make the same mistake I did. Now here is where, now as you can see here, it did bleed through. So what I ended up doing is just painting over it. The last thing I did was added a sawtooth hook on the back and some greenery. And that is it. Look how cute this turned out. And that is it for today. I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite, because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.